What's up guys, welcome back, it's Kongboy. And in this video, I'll be ranking the top 5 Metaverse avatars. As Metaverse games and experiences continue to be developed, the avatars for the users will increasingly become our digital identity. I'll be focusing on avatar NFTs that are interoperable, meaning cross-platform, and have fully rigged 3D models for the Metaverse. If I were to simplify the differences between Metaverse games and traditional games, I would highlight 3 differences. And that is that Metaverse games are more immersive, which we see with augmented and virtual reality, as well as more universal or cross-compatible. And they also allow for more user ownership, which we see in NFTs and blockchain. The reason I'm focusing on avatars with fully 3D models is because even though 2D characters can still play in a lot of these virtual worlds, 3D avatars have much more utility and use cases. This includes custom animations and renders using software like Blender, Unity, or Unreal Engine. And they also allow for 3D printed models to have as a physical, tangible item. They can be used for augmented reality with things like face filters, body tracking, VTubing, which is live streaming using a virtual character, or walk around and see the asset on top of the real world using a camera from a phone, for example. They're also great for virtual reality in things like Spatial, which allows for work meetings or seminars, and VRChat, which is a social environment. And even OnCyber rooms, which is an immersive space that some NFT projects have airdropped to their holders. To start us out at number 5, it's Visitors of I'm a Degen. It's quite the interesting name, but they also go by Void for short. They're the first NFT to start out as a fully rigged cross-compatible 3D model, and their holders also have complete commercial rights. This allowed them to be integrated into traditional games, one of them being GTA 5, where they used a mod called 5M to create a private server where they could walk around and play as any other GTA character. They were also the first NFT avatar model to have built-in facial rigging, allowing for more optimized head movements. Their holders have also helped users of other avatar projects to incorporate their avatars into games and use them for custom animations. At the number 4 spot is Fluff World. This is a collection of 10,000 animated 3D rabbits where holders have full commercial rights over their NFT. They've hosted animation contests and other competitions for their community with up to 6 figures in prizes. The Fluff World team has announced multiple upcoming partnerships with development teams and studios who are working in the Metaverse. One of these companies is called Carbon Click, and they're helping Fluff World become a carbon neutral NFT project. The other is called Beyond Games, and they're helping the team by making the holders their own private burrows, which is basically a space that they can customize and play around in. In third place, it's the Yugo Labs ecosystem. Though they started out as a 2D profile picture project, they have big plans on creating their own 3D avatars and even their own metaverse. They airdropped ape tokens to their holders of 2 of the collections, the Bored Apes and the Mutant Apes, so that they could mint land for the other side metaverse called Other Deeds. They're working to make fully rigged 3D models that will be cross-compatible across any metaverse game. I'm not sure whether these 3D models will become NFTs, but the holders will be airdropped them once they're completed. And they also have voxel avatars that are compatible with the Sandbox game, and they can already be played in the Alpha Season 3, which is out now. It's also worth mentioning that Yugo Labs acquired Larva Labs in March of 22, and they were the creators of CryptoPunks and Meebits, which the Meebits are 3D voxel models that are already ready for high-resolution renders and animations, but the CryptoPunks are still just 2D profile pictures with no 3D avatars for the collection. At the number 2 spot, it's Artifact's Clonex. They were acquired by Nike last year and started out as a 2D profile picture collection, though they've already released 3D avatars for the holders and can be used across metaverses. They airdropped digital OnCyber room NFTs to their holders where they can display their 2D and 3D Clonex avatars and also walk around in this immersive space that also supports VR. Holders were also airdropped these boxes called Monolith, and they contained digital Nike sneakers which could be customized and upgraded using vials. I have 2 honorable mentions before I reveal the number 1 rank in Best Metaverse Avatars, and the first one is Metacrew. This was made by the creators of Metacrew, which holders of these keys could mint them for free back in November, and it started out as a 2D collection, but they've already made 3D models for these characters to be used in their own game and across metaverses. These avatars, called crewmates, have a sort of futuristic pirate or pioneer theme to them, and owners can customize them with accessories on top of the character's base traits. My second honorable mention are the Distopunks VX. They launched their original 2D collection in June of last year as a derivative to CryptoPunks. Each of these yield credits or cred tokens, and they can be burned to claim a crate which contains equipable wearables, which are used for their VX 3D avatars, which will be playable in Sandbox, and they also have their own land, which they're going to be using, called Greystone City. Holders can access their avatar's universal file formats to create custom animations or integrate them into any game that's compatible. With the #1 spot for best metaverse avatar NFT, it's the CyberKong's VX. This isn't just because I'm Kongboy or that I hold 2 of them, but for 3 main reasons: their partnerships, utility, and art. CyberKongs were the first avatar NFT collection to partner with the Sandbox game, since unlike most other projects, their default avatars are voxels, basically the 3D pixels, since this best matches the original collections in the Genesis and the Babies. Holders have access to a wide variety of 3D file formats that are compatible across games and animation software. The CyberKongs have partnerships with over 30 projects, the largest being the Sandbox game, where holders will soon be able to play as their VX Kongs in Alpha Season 3. I'll be making a video on this shortly. The CyberKongs VX are also cross-chain, since these 15,000 avatars can be bridged across Ethereum mainnet and Polygon in order to play their transaction-based on-chain game called Play and Collect. This allows holders to win loot that comes in the form of armor, weapons, or shields from going on adventure runs in the game. These assets can also be used in Sandbox, and once they have the 3D files, they can also be used across any other game. VX Kongs also have access to 3D printing files so that they can either make it on their own or order it as a physical item to put on your desk, for example. These can come in forms of plastic, gold, or other materials. In my opinion, the CyberKongs VX are the best looking avatars that are 3D, and just take a look at some of these Kongs. There's 20 legendaries, and 10 of them come from the Genesis collection, which are 2D. VX Kongs are definitely the largest playable avatars in the Sandbox game. Just take a look at how much larger they are than the average character. They're more than twice the size. There are plenty of other projects that will be playable in the Sandbox game, and of course they're going to need VX or voxel avatar models, but most of these will not use them as their standard universal metaverse avatar, since most of these have 3D high-resolution images that they're going to want to make into avatars instead of have them be voxels. However, there are projects that use the VX models as their default universal avatar, and these include the Dystopian Punks VX, the Snoop Dogg's avatar project, the Doggies, Steve Aoki's project, just called Aoki's, and of course the CyberKongs VX. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or you think I left something out, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you later.